Hi guys, Steve here, and I'm going to share my water base. But first we're going to my beachside stroke cliffside hut that overlooks it. I built this for a few reasons. I wanted somewhere safe to store the birds when I went out to sea, to store items that I'd take out with me or bring back, and I wanted somewhere quiet to go, without the generators blaring on all the time. My base fortress is secure, but it's like living in a box all the time, so I also wanted somewhere with a good view. I've built a house out of stone, but with the knowledge I know now, it's like a base I would build if I was just starting off as a newbie. The only ground entrance is a dino door at the back. This area is to hide and keep your birds safe when you go out to sea. You can store quite a few birds in here if a lot of you want to go out at once. There are the sniper windows if somebody breaks in the back door. We walk through here and come to a selection of entrances. Down this side we have a buffer zone. It's an empty corridor, so if somebody blows away through the outer wall, they've still got to go through the internal one. And that's the same with the back of the house. I make my way back to the entrance corridor. If raiders went through the centre door, they'll find themselves faced with two more doors. To the left is a dead end, and so is to the right. These doors are here to waste raiders' time and explosives, but obviously only primitive raiders. The only way up is with a wooden ladder, but if they blow the hatch to get in, the ladder collapses and they can't get up. That brings us to another corridor. Windows to the outside. I'll show you this first. Down the side we have another corridor with sniper windows. Out the back. You could put large storage boxes along these walls if you wanted. That'd give you plenty of storage. Let's have a look at the balcony. And there's my lovely view. It's a lot better than looking at metal walls all day. When you lay your foundations down, make sure that they're at the right angle to the view you want. We have a bollard wall protecting the property from any wild dinosaurs. A Rex head trophy to make the place look more like a hunting lodge. A cooking pot to cook dinner. A campfire to keep warm. And table and benches to eat around. Even though it faces the wrong way. The plants are to stop birds landing on here. Then you have two chairs to sit here with somebody and watch the sunset. Ah, how romantic. Not that I ever get time to do this, as I'm always busy with something else. Even though I don't use any of this, planning it out how you would makes your base look better. Through this door we get to the basic crafting and living area. There's not much here, because like I say, we don't use it much. I've just got a smith here in case you need to repair something. A bed to spawn at if you die. And worthless junk in the storage. And there's the windows to shoot down from, or to check who else has arrived. That's it for here, just one last door to go through. That leads to an enclosed corridor. Then to the strong room. I bet you wasn't expecting that. I built this to keep any valuable stuff in. I'll show you around so you can judge where it is in the house. Just about everyone on my server watches my videos, so this one somewhat compromised my defences. The entrance to it is at the bottom. Then you've got to go through another metal door, up a wood ladder, but again if I blow the hatch the ladder gets destroyed. Then on the second floor you get to the storage box that you would keep your valuable stuff in. You could fit 5 storage boxes up here. Okay, let's make our way out. In fact, I don't need to go that way. I can just jump off the balcony. Well, I could if I could get over the safety railings. I'll now make my way down to the water base. You can parachute down from here, take the ladder, or go down the right side of the embankment. I'm just going to take the ladder down. It's a bit of a distance to the water base, so I'm just going to put my flippers on to get to the shore. They'll get me past the piranhas quickly. Okay, we come to the back of it, and there's a small dino gate here to let dolphins through. I'm thinking of building a small enclosure at the bottom of the ladder to keep the dolphins in, then I can quickly get to the water base and back. I've walled this off in case I want to keep sea dinos here, but the water's a bit shallow, and they could be attacked from land dinosaurs. If anything, I'd want to do an overhanging bunker, a bit like a submarine pen. This is our repairing raft. It's got a bed to spawn at and a bit of storage. Now we come to the next gated section. Here we have 2 doors. I'll just put my scuba gear on. The big one is to let all the large water creatures through, including mosas, and the small one is just for dolphins. Now we get to all our little fishes. Are mosasaurs mammals? Anyway, you only really need 1 dolphin to get pearls, so having this one is a bit overkill. The mosasaurs, however, are really good. They do loads of damage, they're really fast and have loads of stamina. The main outer fence was a real pain to build by myself. It probably took about 40 cargo quetzals of stone. The horizontal ceiling towers are there to reinforce the wall, so even if the pillars at the base get blown up, the horizontal struts will keep the wall above from being demolished. The stone behemoth gate is on a reinforced wall below. It needs to be on top because obviously you can't build pillars on top of a behemoth gate without a lot of messing about. I'll take the Mosasaurus out so you can see the true scale of the gate and see why I chose to build here. I'll just put the goggles on. There's a natural shelf on this riverbed, so I thought it would be a good place to cage a plesio and mosasaurus. However, I never tamed one before, and I never knew the wild ones don't swim to the surface. So this underwater cage turned out to be useless for that, so I converted it into my water base. I needed a new one anyway, so my efforts weren't wasted after all. All the pillars are just under the water, because when I had no defences, it would make the water base harder to see. Speaking of which, I'll swim back and show you the plants I've put up. Each plant has its own base going down to the ground. I'll just take the goggles off as I don't need them anymore. The plants have been placed on one continuous ceiling row. It stretches past the full length of the main water pen. That's so it protects the gateways at both sides. The plants are on long range, so they can shoot all the way across to the other side, so you only need this row. But like always, if I ever got attacked, I'd keep doubling my defences. Because it's shallow water, I've put metal spikes at the base, in case somebody on a giga tried to chomp on them. If I needed to step up my defences, I'd build a few metal rafts with auto turrets on them, but that would completely make this a no-fly zone for any other tribes. I've also scattered rafts around with 9 plant turrets on. They will kill any wild dinosaur, because a couple of Spinos spawn near. The middle raft with the dino gates was 2 tribe members home before they joined us, but now they've moved to a metal base on land. A word of warning is don't park your bird in here. When you've gone out to sea, the bird will drop through the raft floor and drown. I know because it's happened to me. It would have been a really good place to park your bird instead of a hill house. I'll give you one last quick look around before I head back. I don't need my scuba gear anymore. Now I can just make my way up the side slope. The base is just out of render distance, so I keep a good view. I'll get on my RG and then show you the place from above. I think the roof mounds make it look a bit like a Viking design. That's the house done, now the water base from above. At certain times of the day, the reflection from the water would hide the pillars under the water. That's a lot of plants. Those front rafts are positioned there to shoot anyone attacking the main gate. A bird's eye view. It took me about 4 days to build all this by myself, including the house on the hill. In my next video you get to see my updated base, the full tour inside and out. It's changed quite a bit from when it was a solo base, so it's definitely worth a watch. And that's my water base. Thanks for watching, and I hope it's given you some ideas. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the other videos at the end. Goodbye.